Hi, this is Mandy from Sunflowers and Doors. Welcome back to my channel. So we're still working on the William Morris journal. In the last video, which was actually only about an hour ago for me, we started looking at some notebooks and some belly bands and some other bits and pieces. Two other things that I've since put together is this one here, and all it was a sheet of card that I printed the kit onto, and I folded it over partly there, just to give myself a notebook, not a notebook, sorry, a folder, folio type thing. I glued along this side here, and I've put two policy closures in, and I'm going to loosely wind some hemp cord around there. I've done these two ends just because it's different, and I was looking to do something a little bit different. And then the second piece I was playing with, again, one of these sheets here, and again I kind of decided let's put this into three pieces. So I scored it 3 from the left and 3 inches from the right, which gave me 4 inches in the centre, and I literally have just put a notepad in the middle and a tack either side. Again, I will do some stenciling on this before I finish it, and to close it I've literally just put a brad on a piece of card with a circle attached. You can do anything really, and that will flick around, move around, and just keep that loosely closed. I mean, the journal itself will keep it closed, but that just keeps it a little bit loose. So again, with this one, it was literally 3 inches from the left, 3 inches from the right, book and notebook in the centre, some text made out of the journal cards in the kit. I've rounded the edges and literally just put that down as a just a gentle closure to keep that in place. So sorry, 2 more things there, but they were really, really simple. It was just a case of folding and stitching. I've got some more of these. Sorry, my desk, I know it's just so bad. I've got some more of these cards, and what I'm looking to do with these now is see how big they are. I want to square them off. You know, you can either measure this up or you can kind of get a bit of a guesstimate there and just take the end off. I'm going to take this off both, and there is method in my madness. Oops, daisy. So we end up with 2 squares. It doesn't matter at all that we've kept the pattern in half, literally because we're going to just create some envelopes out of this one. So I'm lucky in as much as I have a envelope cutter, but if you don't, it's not that difficult really. You're just kind of creating this type of shape here, and you don't even have to round the corners. Now you're going to ask me to do one without the envelope cutter, and at this point I'm going to have to say no. So I need to score this at 2 3/4. Okay, so I don't know, this looks as though it's not going to work, but we'll see. I think it's going to give us an extra long envelope, which is fine. I didn't really get on very well with this when I first had it, but in fairness now it's absolutely great. So all I'm doing is following the process for it and creating an envelope shape. You can probably see it better this way here. Excuse me. So we've got a centerpiece here. If you were working without a paper cutter, that's pretty much a square area. So you're looking to fold your card up slightly here, fold it down slightly here, and you've got 2 centerpieces then, which would fall in line. There are much easier envelopes than this particular type of shape. So yeah, I'm copying out a little bit, to be honest, because since I've got this, it makes things very easy. And yeah, and I don't have to go through the hassle of trying to make, sorry, I'm just rounding these because I didn't do a very good job. So I don't have to go through the hassle of trying to put one together myself. And this is as simple as it folds in here, here, here. That's going to be a little bit too long for what we need. So I'm just going to literally cut the end off. And that will then fold over here. Again, it's a little bit longer than I want. So I'm just going to cut the end off. And it doesn't actually look odd, as long as it's straight. Mine's not. It's a silly thing to say, isn't it? Like I thought I was honestly going to get it straight in the first go. Excuse me. So that there is a simple envelope that we're going to use in the journal. And I'm going to attach this to the page, probably as a, I don't know, probably, I don't know whether I'll have it perhaps over a page like this, so that it's on the one side and the other. I may attach it just to the page like this, so you can open it up and have a huge amount of writing space. I don't know yet, is the honest answer. So what I will do though is I will embellish this side if I don't attach it to the page. So a really, really simple envelope there. To create another envelope just as easily is kind of following the same principle as we applied to this. I've said it's like a folder, a folio, but in essence it's just a large envelope. So it would be a case of folding, excuse me, folding up and folding over. I'm going to cheat again. I don't think this is exactly square, because if it was exactly square, it would fit perfectly when you do the cutting. So I've just taken a tiny bit more off the edge there. And we're going to go with, I don't know, 7.5-ish. So 3 1/8. So we'll just go, I want it to be more square this time, so I'm gonna go there, I think, and hope for the best. It tends to generally work, not so much about where you put your first cut or your first divot. It works more along the lines of your sheet being square. It has to be square to get a decent envelope out of this. So this one hopefully should fit better than the one we've just done. So yeah, much better. So this time we don't have to cut anything off anywhere, and we've got a nice square excuse me, a nice square envelope. So you can see the difference in the size. And that was starting off with the same sheet of paper. So yeah, happy with those. Okay, so we've got a couple of envelopes. we've got a foldy out thingamybobby, and we've got almost like a bit of a folio thing to add to our collection. I'm trying to do the journals. Gosh, I've got to tidy up this desk. I'm trying to do the journal videos just in small bite-sized pieces, only because that's probably more along the lines of how I work with them. I tend to do a little bit of a time, and as I said, I don't really have any ideas to start off with. It's just a case of let's play and see what we come up with. So excuse me. The next thing I am going to do quickly is I'm just going to look at my page layout and see what we've got in here that we could potentially copy for our journal. I quite like the idea of that one. Let's have a look. So we've got two pieces here, I think, so we'll have a go with, or three. So we've got a little more scope. Okay, they're the same, that's different, obviously. Okay. Sorry. Excuse me. See, I quite like the idea of that one, but I haven't got matching colours. I could get away with that, I think. Possibly. And one of those. Possibly. Okay. Okay, let's do that. Excuse me. I'm so sorry, I've got a real throat problem with my throat, or my, voice today. So we need to know how big the paper is that we're working with. So I'm just going to grab one of the signature pages. Let's fold that over quickly. Okay, so we're working about there. Let's take those two off. And that won't look quite as odd then. I think a tiny bit more actually. Okay, that's better. Okay, so we've got some space to play with. This is, how long? This is 25.5 centimetres. So 12.5, 12 3/4 would be half. So if we say 25, let's go with 11. No, let's go with 12 and 13. Okay. So this is going to overhang slightly, but not too much. Just going to get our scoreboard, and I'm going to put, I know it is ridiculous, you don't have to tell me. It is impossible to work like this. And yet I still find a way. So I'm going to go with 3/4 of an inch. And that one as well. Just going to round off these corners. And fold these crease lines over, and this will give us our flippy flip. Okay, so that's okay there. So how much does that come over? Not too much. So I think I'm going to go with putting policy closure. This is 13, so it's going to be 6.5. So if we put the first policy closure there, and I'm also going to put one down here. Okay, so we're going to pierce through this and through this. Excuse me. Sorry, I haven't even got a drink. I'm going to probably have to pause in a moment to get a drink. Okay, sorry, I'm going to pause a second. Okay, sorry, that's better. So, just going to eyeball this there. I never get it in the centre, but that's okay. So this one here is going to go in here. Oops-a-daisy. It would go in there if I could get it in. So that's one. And then the other one's going to go in here. And again, I will, it'll all be tidied up. I'll put back-ins on these and what have you. Oops. Okay. I've seen people do policy closures in loads of different ways, but this is kind of like the way that works for me. So I use 2 discs. I glue the one to the page, and I leave the other one unglued so I can put some cord in there. As I said, it's just something that works for me. So I'm just going to give that a quick ink in again, otherwise it won't happen. And I might, before I attach this, I might stencil on the underside again. I'm going to put another one of those circles on the middle to cover the brad, but I might put some stenciling underneath as well, because I think that'll take away some of the starkness or plainness or whatever it is you want to call it. One of these days I'm going to surprise you all. I'm going to come on line with a clear desk, and it's going to stay that way, hopefully. So again, we've got our flippy over, flippy under thing. I don't know if there's actually a technical name for those. Maybe, but I don't know what it is. So Okay, so the next one I want to do is, I want to do 2 simple pockets. Okay, might get away with that. So, again, what I would like to do is do 2 pockets that go over 2 pages, and we'll only attach them top and bottom on both sides. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to cut this, probably just take a little over half of it off. Fold this again, like so. This would then go on there as the second pocket, which is nicely hidden. And if I don't know if I've done it enough now to put some lace on there, which I can do. Great, okay. So I've also got white lace actually, so I don't know, not white, off-white, like a creamy off-white colour. Nope, that's a definite nope. Okay, so we're going to put a little divot in here again, probably more to this side. I'm just going to ink around here. So yeah, as I said, it's probably really difficult to try and craft along because I don't actually have any firm ideas in my head when I start. But I'm hoping that you're at least getting something out of this. So in effect, let's just check that. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to, I might not have left myself much room with that lace, but I don't mind it dropping just on the bottom of the page with that one. That's not a bad look. So I'm just going to cut this here. Okay, and we're going to glue this on. And I'm going to glue that using some Fabri-Tac. And what I found with Fabri-Tac, or what works better for me, and I don't know about you guys, but it's it can be a real pain when it kind of seeps through. It gives that shiny seep-through look. And I find that when you spread it out a little bit with your fingers, it doesn't notice quite as much. You end up with sticky fingers, but it doesn't notice quite as much. So I'm just going to pop this on here like so. And it does cover and mask some of the pattern on this one, but I don't really mind that so much because it's, well, one, it's not one of my favourite patterns, but two, it just adds some extra interest. We could have turned that into another pocket, but I find that lace pockets are very unstable unless you've got something like card or something firm to back them. So that is going to be our main pocket, and that's going to go along here like so. And we will attach this to our page like so. So you'll end up with, we're going to attach this to our page across here and across here. So you'll end up with a pocket here. And then this is going to be attached, so you'll end up with a pocket there. And exactly the same is going to happen on the other side. Yeah. So yeah, like that. So let's see what we're going to use to decorate or add a bit more interest. Let's see. Yeah, I know every time I say it, I can't ever find anything because my desk is such a mess. Okay, we've got a couple of those, we've got some of that, we've got some of that, but we've also got, and I don't know where that's gone, is there. Okay. So we've got some of these. Quite like the idea of using something like this. So we'll just ink them up and have a look and see what we think before we make any firm decisions. So with that, we'll be looking at the centre there and perhaps something like that on there, which I think looks quite nice. Yeah, I think. And again, if we glue this just across the sides and the bottom, it will still give us that tiny little pocket, which we probably won't use for much, but again, like I said earlier, perfect spot for some Tracy labels. Okay, so I'm going to attach this with Fabri-Tac again. Okay, so the one we've attached there, just make sure that's straight. Let's have a look and see what that looks like. So yeah, it adds a little bit more interest. And on this side, I don't know whether to leave that on it as it is, or potentially look at see, that's too big as it is, but I could cut that down. Just have a look there and put some ink there to mirror the grungy look around the other side. And then that would go there. We could even do it with a little tack. I know that it's not easy to put stuff in them with the lace. So I'll just put it there as an option. Okay. So I'm just going to glue this onto our main card, and I think that will be then us done for the night. So I'm going to glue it on the sides along the bottom, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in this centerpiece here, just to help it stick where it needs to stick. Okay, so that then is going to go on here. I don't think there's any right or wrong way up or down, so we're just going to pop it on there like that. Where's my pin? Just put my pin back in here while I'm waiting for that to stick. That goes in there. Okay, right. Okie dokie. So to summarise again, stuck to that. Okay, to summarise again, we've got a double pocket that will fit over 2 pages. We're going to attach it top and bottom, so we've got a deep pocket here, we've got another pocket here, and we've got a dirty little pocket here. Same on here, attach it top and bottom. We've got our deep pocket here, and we've got another pocket here and a side pocket just by there. So that is one of our mix for tonight. Then we have our piece here, which we're going to attach bottom and top like so on the page, and we'll put some cord around there to make our policy closure. We also made a little folio, literally just by having a piece of A4 paper with the kit printed on. I folded some up here, put a little divot in, folded the remaining over here whilst allowing myself a little bit of space. I've put a policy closure here and here, which I'll attach with some cord, just to add some more interest to that one. Then we had our fold over kind of piece that'll go on a page here. So it'll start off like this. We'll open it up here, we've got a text spot. We open it up here, we've got another text spot. I'm going to do some stenciling. We've got a nice notepad. And then, depending on how I'm going to attach it to the page, it will probably be attached across the top, down the left, and across the bottom, which again will give me another deep pocket on that one. We've got our 2 envelopes. We're not sure what we're going to do with those just yet, but they are ready to go to embellish or attach however we want to do that. These are the makes from earlier on, and so yeah, we're actually making some really good progress. Add those to what we did the first session, which was a couple of these tags, which we're going to put over the page. I was going to use them as bookmarks. I don't think I'm going to now. So these will actually just pop over the page like so. We'll put some string or some cord that'll come on there. There's 2 of those. Oh, gosh, look at it. 2 of those. We've got some side pockets here where we put some journal cards. I'll probably use some whale tail tabs on those. We have these pockets, which are the single version of what we've just done, and these will go across the page like so. And there's 2 of those that we've decorated slightly differently. This one here, we've put a piece on the front, so we've got another pocket. We've got 2 side pockets, which I'm probably going to have on centre pages. So they'll actually be on each centre page, and they will just go on like so. I'll probably attach those to the page by stitching those in place. We've got a beautiful picture here, which is a side tuck. And we have also then got another full-size pocket. So this is going to be attached on the page down the left and the right across the bottom. So we'll have a pocket behind. We've got a pocket here, vellum pocket, and another little pocket there. So yeah, really pleased. The ephemera seems to be coming along nicely. And it won't be too long now until we're going to be in a position to start building our journal. Yeah, I kind of probably will start before we've built all of the ephemera, just so that I get a bit of an idea of what I'm missing and what I'd like to do. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how it's progressing, but probably more so with being able to capture it on camera, which is completely, as I said, out of my comfort zone as far as journals are concerned. So yeah, I hope that was useful. I'm probably closer than I should be again, aren't I? Sorry, I've probably filmed all of that really close. But yeah, as I said, I hope you found it useful. Feel free to leave me some comments. It's always good to hear from you guys, whether that is, thumbs up or, some feedback or some suggestions or some ideas. Always open to new ideas and new suggestions from people. So please don't feel afraid to jump in and leave me some feedback. Sorry, this is the part now where I get to clean it all away. I do try to do it in the evenings before I pack up. Doesn't always happen. But yeah, there you go. So lovely spending time with you guys again. And until next time, as always, I really do hope that you stay safe and well. And we will speak again shortly. Bye for now.